Rants. It's now time for Mental Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Tracy Alloway. And we figured let's revisit that one topic we were talking about earlier when it comes to your mental well-being and age, kind of like how you perceive it. So one of the recommendations you have is change your language.
Yes.
So what do you mean by that? And how is that keeping you young? And I'm listening.
It's so common for us to associate something negative that happens to us to our age, like, oh, I'm too old for that, or, you know, I ache more, or, you know, so we look at age as a barrier to achieving something. And it's important to think of changing the language, like, oh, well, maybe I need to stretch a little more if I want to run. So rather than associating it to our age, which is not in our control, we want to associate it with something in our control. And there's lots of research to show that this simple mindset shift can make a huge difference to us.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that we're talking about, which makes a lot of sense. You know, if you really kind of like will it and think it, it changes your whole outlook on life, and you'll probably take more action, leading to a better physical appearance, or maybe picking up mental skills or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So you're embracing it in a way.
You are. I think it's fascinating. This was a study done a while ago, but they took some over 60-year-olds, asked them to stay in a house with no mirrors, and they told them to imagine themselves as a younger version, in their 20s, their 30s, whatever. And it was so interesting to note that at the end of that experiment, they showed physiological signs of a younger person, simply because their perception of themselves had changed. They no longer viewed themselves as old or in a negative sense when it came to aging.
You know, it's really interesting because my dad used to say that too. He's like, you always feel the same, but that reflection is different.
Take away the mirrors,
Yeah,
Mark.
yeah, exactly. And that's what that study is basically saying.
Right.
Then. So, all right, no mirrors in my house. I'm going to feel young. Now, what about this? So you use the word right now, like that urgency.
Yes, and I think this is also an important mindset shift, and it relates to time. Sometimes we feel that age is holding us back and it's for perpetuity. It's never going to end. You know, this is kind of this decline happening. Yeah. But when we use the word right now, like right now, I don't feel so great, it sort of centers that negative feeling to just this moment and helps you shift, well, what can I do tomorrow to help me feel better? So again, we're disconnecting it from age, which is out of our control, and we associate with a decline, to something that is right now temporary and that we can do something positive about.
You know, it's interesting, as you say all this and all the data behind it, it really is a state of mind.
It is.
You know, it's like having ownership in it. I like it. Now, I like this one a lot too. Don't just learn one new thing, learn 3. This I totally get. The more active you are mentally, just the better. And you got to keep testing yourself and learning. Well, that will help.
Yeah, so we've heard this before, that learning new things keeps your brain active. But what I loved about this study was that they looked at individuals between mid-50s to mid-80s, and they asked them to do 3 things simultaneously over a span of 6 weeks, whether it's photography, drawing, learning a new language. And they found that learning 3 things simultaneously actually gave them the brain power of someone 30 years younger.
Wow.
It was incredible.
That's significant.
It is. It was
so
a big
again,
jump.
breaking that down, so it's just kind of like multitasking, having a couple different things to bounce around with to learn in the course of a week.
Yes,
right?
and
So
I
not
think,
just focus on one.
Right, and I think again, like you said, Mark, having that perspective that it's not too hard. You know, instead of having this adage like, oh, I can't learn new tricks. Well, leave that all aside. I can learn 3 new tricks.
You know, one of the things that I feel like too, especially like when you look at the generation, like the baby boomer generation that are now grandparents, I feel like they have so much more stimuli around them when it comes to technology and like keeping up with their grandchildren, that they are staying and looking younger because like the grandparents that my kids have look totally different than the grandparents that I had. And some of it is exactly going down this list of things of what is available.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that. I know the research that this topic was based on was actually looking about engaging and having social connections with people from different age groups, whether it's your grandkids, your children, so that you're not just confining yourself to one age mindset. You're allowing yourself to learn from different kinds of mindsets.
Well, thanks again for all your time and information. And for those at home who want to learn more about you, how can they do that?
I have a website, tracyalloway.com. I'm on social media, Dr. Tracy Alloway, and I'd love to connect.
Well, thank you. Stick around, more to come right after this.